everybody. I'm Tristan David, Business Development Manager at INVOLI, and today I will present our participation into the SAFIR-Med project and more broadly what we offer as a company. So the idea behind our company and what we brought to the project is low-level air traffic detection. The problem we had before with aviation is that they always fly between one airport to the other, so visibility was needed around those airports with secondary radar, for instance. But there was a big part of the skies that were completely blocked, the uncontrolled airspace, which wasn't a problem at the time because there wasn't many things flying. But as we go on and as the drone industry continue to develop, those airspaces will be more and more used for quite a broad uses with all the type of drone you see with all our partners here present. So for this project, the SAFIR-Med, which it's happening now, we provide all the air traffic detection and also the drone tracking solution to be sure that there will be no problem during the flight. So as you can see on this graph here, on this slide, we are able with our system to detect all cooperative aircrafts equipped with ADS-B, MODES, MOD-AC, and FLARM, and also the drone flying with our tracker installed. This data then goes to our servers, and the servers compute that data to make it usable for USpace, USSPs, and USpace GeoZone Manager, for instance, integrating it into their system. And then with that data, we can prevent collisions. So to deep dive on the technology used here at SAFIR-Med, we first have our G1090 air traffic receiver, as I said, which basically detects every aircraft that wants to be detected. So with ADS-B, MODES, MOD-AC, FLARM, and also the multilateration to get sure that the position of the aircraft is known, precise, and there is also redundancy in the case of ADS-B. And the material is IP67 CE Swiss-made, which make it quite reliable, but I will go back on that later. The element tracker is not a transponder, it's a 4G tracker. So that tracker will work where the 4G coverage exists, and all this data is provided through an API and also visible on the visualization platform, but at the end, on the Skydrone software that is used in this project, you will be able to see moving aircraft and drones, and so that will be good enough to ensure the security of the delivery of medical assets. So this receiver is very interesting in that case because it offers something that didn't really existed before. Before we have secondary radar around airports, which are very expensive and hardly scalable, meaning that it's complicated to cover or very expensive to cover wide areas. On the other side, there is visibility that exists through visualization platform type flight radar, flight aware, but those use receivers that you, me, anybody can install on his home, and that makes the data unreliable because you just need to plug or unplug it, so the aircraft may disappear and then the operation safety is at risk. So what we have is this in-between receiver, which is cheap enough and easy to install to be scalable. We can install it in every type of terrain, actually, like a telecom tower for remote areas. For urban environment here, for instance, more or less, we have installed it into roof antennas. And we can also install it in other places, a bit less usual, but like wind farm installation. We already cover all the German territory with the wind farm in order to allow the wind farm to switch off their lights for during the night for aircraft not to crash on it. And the light turns on when the aircraft comes by. And last but not least, we are able to prepare the coverage of large area once the use space get bigger, or to ensure that SAFIR-Med will have the coverage good enough with the simulation of the multilateration of the area. Regarding the tracker is working on 4G, as I said, so using the 4G coverage, and it covers the two main aspects that will be required by EU space regulation and used for the SAFIR-Med project, which is remote identification network that will allow every drone to be recognized through the system it is operated, and the authority will have access of all the important data about the drone, its mission, its owner, etc. And we also have Wi-Fi broadcast remote identification that will allow anybody physically to interrogate the drone with a device like a phone with using an open app or specific receivers to directly ask the drone what it's doing here, who it belongs to, what's its mission. So about the data itself, the flight traffic data received by a receiver, we already can ensure that those are pretty secure because we have already been certified by the DFS, and that will ensure so the SAFIR-Med data will be safe enough for the operation. The DFS already certified it for the wind farm, as I stated before. The FOCA, Federal Office Aviation of Switzerland, helped us finance the coverage of Switzerland, and this coverage has been tested by SkyGuide, and until now they are pretty happy with the results. Last but not least, more than just the use space airspace, our data provided by INVOLI are interoperable and can be used for further operation, like specific operation, like the kind of drones we can see below, for specific waivers, such as SORA, PDRA, and to offer the air tactical mitigation. Air tactical mitigation with the live air traffic and the ability to reroute or land if necessary. And also, to open the door to all the uses, we see that this data can be computed to something else and can be used for other purposes, like, for instance, airports, ANSPs, if they want to see density map, if they want to help reduce noise around the urban area, or improve overall aviation in general. Let's see what we can do with it. Thank you very much.